All right, so what are the Democrats going to do now? So we went through a couple different scenarios and we looked at the situation where President Trump nominates somebody, and it looks like even if the three squishy Republicans join the Democrats and it's a 50-50 split, looking like maybe Mike Pence is the 51st vote and the nominee goes forward. So what are the Democrats going to do? We have been seeing a lot in the news from a number of different people. First and foremost, we saw Nancy Pelosi over the weekend, who came out and said, we have our options. We have arrows in our quiver, and we're going to use them. She was on with George Stephanopoulos in this weird sort of interview where she was talking with him, and then he asked her a question, and she started the interview over again. You may have seen that, but she was in the middle of a thought, and then she said, "Good morning, it's Sunday morning," or "Good morning, it's Sunday morning," and sort of started it over again. A little strange, but it could have been a joke. Who knows what it is? But the takeaway is we have options in our quiver, arrows in our quiver, and they are going to use them. One that has been floated comes from AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She says that the House must consider all options to block the administration from pushing through a nominee to the Supreme Court, including possibly seeking the impeachment of President Trump and AG Bill Barr. So actually going the impeachment route in order to derail the Supreme Court nomination. She was asked during a press conference on Sunday whether she felt the House would employ impeachment tactics against the president, and she said that she believed that there has been an, quote, an enormous amount of lawbreaking in the Trump administration. The Attorney General is unfit for office and has pursued potentially lawbreaking behavior. So what does that mean? I mean, how do they impeach somebody? Why would they do that? Well, if you look closely through the Senate rules, here's what you're going to see. You're going to see the rules actually will tell you that, I clipped this from this document here, but there are rules in the Senate that say if you start the impeachment process, that you have to give notice to the Senate, and the Senate shall be suspended. So let's say this. We now know that we're going to impeach, let's say, William Barr. The rules say in the House that at 12:30 o'clock or at whatever hour that the Senate wants of the day of the appointed trial, the legislative and the executive business of the Senate shall be suspended. The legislative and the executive business of the Senate shall be suspended, and the Secretary shall give notice to the House of Representatives that it's ready to proceed with the impeachment of Bill Barr. So the impeachment rules would be used as a mechanism to stop the Senate from moving forward. They would start the impeachment. That would put the Senate on hold, and that would mean that they can't move forward with the judicial nomination. So somebody in AOC's office, brought this up, and they're actually floating this around like this would be a good idea. President Trump sort of is relishing the idea. He says that nominating a justice to the high court is part of Trump's constitutional duty. And he said, if they're going to impeach me, so that they're going to impeach me for doing what I constitutionally have to do. And if they do that, we are now going to win all of the elections. We're going to win them forever. So it's certainly a precarious situation. If they're going to be impeaching somebody, which is claiming somebody broke a law or committed a crime, in order to work themselves around the constitutional structure, the constitutional rules that we have in place, which have already been defined. We have a Senate, we have a presidency, they're of the same party. Senate can confirm somebody, president can nominate somebody. They've agreed to do it. They're going to do that and nominate somebody to the Supreme Court. But now the House of Representatives is saying, well, we're going to derail that because we're going to start the impeachment proceedings against Bill Barr, which is then going to sort of disallow the Senate from conducting their regular, ordinary business. It's about to get messy. We're going to see whether they will follow through with that. I think it would be politically not any good. But there's a good argument that even nominating somebody or moving forward with this is also not politically good. So everybody is sort of on thin ice here. Everybody's going to be sort of, I think, squirreling around for a little while until we get our bearing straight on how this stuff is going to move forward.